This is the first section of segment 19. It starts down a road, Road 787, and very nice area for camping. There's campers there, and campers there, and some right over that hill where the car is. It's a beautiful night tonight, 65 degrees. Tomorrow, I'm gonna head down this trail and knock it out, some of it, and hopefully get my trail legs going so that I can hike 43 miles, basically in that direction towards San Luis Pass at Lake City. Big mountains ahead, as well as a lot of climbing. Next three sections, I think the total climb is almost 11,000 feet. So I'll be up and down along the way. Here we are at Van Tassel Gulch, about 3.5 miles into our hike. You can see some hikers up ahead of me there on the trail. Gonna go up that way, up and around that knoll up there, and then over to Cochetopa Creek. Quite a bit of up and down as we go through these gulches, but a pleasant walk this morning with the cows. And I passed a couple of campers so far, and I could hear those people talking ahead of me. So here we are. Here is the beautiful little Cochetopa Creek flowing down from its headwaters up that way. Hiking up that way, and came down from back over here, and have encountered 4 hikers so far, including these 2 ladies, one from Dallas and one from Denver, who have been hiking along this way as well. Walking along Cochetopa Creek. It's a beautiful little creek, lots of willows. You can see the big mountains way up ahead. Up in there, that's kind of where we're headed, and to the right. Should be there in 2 days. On top of a 14er. Look closely, you can see the fish swimming there in the creek. Down below, there goes one upstream. I was near the green algae stuff. Went over to the right, and there goes another one. Tried a little fishing in the creek. Got one little nibble, and one jumped at my fly but missed it. But there's some little brookies in there, probably maybe 7 inches long or so. Alright, it's about noon. I'm at the Cochetopa Creek crossing here. The bridge is a little downstream, but it's washed out deeper down there. I'm going to go ahead and cross right here. Got my Crocs on. The water is cold. And there's some little brookies over in that pond to my left. Oh, one just jumped. I don't know if you saw that. I'm gonna try some fishing over there. Yeah, it looks pretty good. So, got 3.2 miles here. Here's the old trail map to go. Walking along the side of Cochetopa Creek, about 300 feet above the creek. It's just a beautiful one. There's a beaver dam. I had a couple of big ones go for my fly. They're probably 12 inches, 11, 12 inches. They're pretty good sized fish for this little creek. Although the creek is not all that little. It's bigger than you think. But really pretty valley. With beavers trying to dam it up in places. Here we are, mile 10.2, Cochetopa Creek crossing. Down below, the bridge has kind of been washed out, so you have to walk around. It'll be up and down along the way. This is Nucla Creek coming down from the side mountain up there. Feeds into Cochetopa Creek. Pretty good sized creek. I'm sure earlier in the year it's roaring. A lot more water. Here we go. Up again. 2.6 miles now. Crossing into La Garita Wilderness. Right there. It's about 9:30. Passed 3 beaver ponds, but 2 of them were more or less empty. Third one was very small. Looks like there's another one right over there. But we're up a ways from where we were. I don't know what the name of that peak is, but it's kind of cool. A lot of dead standing lodgepole, like a gray forest here. Well, it's day 3. I'm up at an elevation about 10,800 feet, headed towards San Luis Peak. Today, backpack's getting a little bit lighter. Not carrying a lot of water today because I know there's water ahead in a spring, and following Cochetopa Creek still. And beautiful morning. Haven't seen anybody yet. All right, I'm at mile 7.3 in segment 20, the last crossing of Cochetopa Creek. Filled up with water here because the two guys that are hiking ahead of me told me that the spring was dry earlier in August. So I'm listening to their advice. I'm gonna go try to summit San Luis Peak here, 1.1 miles to the saddle and 1.2 to the top. So could be up there by noon or so. Today, saw 5 horses yesterday coming down. Several hikers probably coming down from the top of the peak. And can't really see St. Louis Peak from here. It's over to the right. Chairman and Shakedown up ahead of me, 2 smokers. Denver, one from Los Angeles. There's the top of San Luis Peak, where I hope to be in 45 minutes or so. Hiked up this valley down below. There's a hiker coming up to the saddle, and the trail goes along side of that ridge over to that saddle where the horses are just about coming out. You can see them. 5 horses, 3 people. Monday, a little ahead of schedule. About 2.4 miles from San Luis Pass. Headed down the saddle here. Go from one saddle to the next. The trail is over there, across there, and up over that ravine. And goes up that hillside and up and over that saddle. Nice, huh? Aren't they? Well, I found a place to camp, and this stream comes right out of the mountain. Wasn't listed as a spring, so I guess I'll run it through the purifier, but it's gonna be cold, I'm sure. There's my Monday night campsite. Beautiful views. Water that came out of this basin up here. It's just ice cold. Came right out of the ground. It's about 3:30, and then over 2 more saddles to the west, yet to be determined. There's the saddle. Across. Alright. There's San Luis Peak, which I climbed yesterday. Got to the saddle about noon. And then climbed to the second saddle by 3 o'clock. And then climbed this saddle right here this morning. A little hazy because of the smoke. And about 12:06, headed towards 12:07, and over this saddle. 3 more saddles to go for today's adventure. Over there is Mount Stewart. Down below me, San Luis Pass, and then the trail goes up and over, and I believe through that pass up there, which will be the start of segment 21. 14.5 miles left to go. And you can see the trail a little bit better going up over that pass. And I believe. Okay, just crossed the saddle at 12,760. Now headed down to East Mineral Creek, down there in the bottom, and then over that saddle. Right over there at 12,160. Here I am hiking along. Just met a couple of through hikers from California who are eating, they have no stove, eating cold oatmeal, cold mashed potatoes, granola. I can't imagine that. Anyway, I guess, carrying a stove and having a little extra weight. There you can see where the trail goes, down there towards East Mineral Creek. Here I am at Middle Mineral Creek. This is a very large beaver pond built by Industrious Beaver, a series of 3 dams. 1, 2, 3 dams, and wonderful camping here. Got some probably 5 or 6 tent sites or more. One of the best sites I've seen so far. I believe that right there is San Luis Peak that I climbed yesterday. So a little ahead of schedule, which is good. I'm tired. This is the last climb, the 5th saddle of the day, unless you're counting the little ones. Then it's the 7th saddle of the day. It'll be up to 12,760 feet, and somewhere up in there, this is also known as the Skyline Trail. Up there it bears left 8.1 miles point up there, and you head south for a little bit, and that'll be 1.2 miles to camp. Well, I've been hiking now for a couple hour and a half since lunch. Hike over that saddle, and then along here up to here, and now I have about 3.2 miles left for today, if I can make it to water. I'm going to do a panoramic from Snow Mesa to the south. I don't know what that is, but it's going down towards the Creed area, and I think all of these mountains we're looking at are considered San Juan Mountains, all the way back to San Luis Peak. Over this way, to my left, is the infamous Snow Mesa, the final leg of my journey. Once I hit the high here, it is pretty much all downhill. I'm gonna try to camp where there's water. It might be that pond, and it might be a stream a little bit further. We shall see. It's a hazy day today with all the wildfires going on in Colorado. But you can still make out some of the mountains clear out there. That's my final evening. Sitting here by this little pond, enjoying a very cool sunset. And no wind and no rain. And it's on Snow Mesa. Here's my last camping site. Some other folks coming on the other way. Camping here as well. We're on the edge of the Snow Mesa. About 5 miles to go to the trailhead. Keep down. I'm leaving Snow Mesa. 3 miles of beautiful 12,000 foot tundra with a lot of little gullies. Some had water. I'm sure earlier in the year it was full of water. And now headed down from 12,000 feet to a little below 10,000 feet to Spring Creek Pass. It looks rough. Bunch of marmots and pikas, I'm sure, in this little valley. I already saw one big one. There's a marmot, there's a pika. They're just all over the place here. Oh, there's another pika. Hey guy, eating breakfast, storing up for winter.